Right, July update. Like I said, I haven't really done anything this month. I had a good break from the car, so basically there isn't really much to show you update-wise. I've come out today hoping I could get the car up in the air, strip the front end off, ready for fitting the engine, which I'm still carrying on with. Just thought I'd do this now before I have a little cup of tea break light. The front end, taking off the front bits, just labeling bags, trying to ease, like in a convenient way for putting it all back together. Ultimately, I do need to swap every nut for the front end to a nylock because I've just been using flange nuts at the moment, which has just been for convenience of putting things together temporarily. So we'll sort that out. I'll probably leave in the rad and the oil cooler for the minute because at some point in August my friend Paul's going to come out and we're going to run the trans lines. So a lot of, like, as much as I can keep in there as possible will be useful so we can get to everything and see what we need to avoid. I think I've probably brushed on that a few times, but just haven't actually started it yet. But it's been a good month off the car. I'm keen to get back on it and get it going again. I hope to make some real big steps this month. So the biggest goal for this month is either to purchase an engine that's like instantly ready to drop in, because I have heard murmurs from a friend that he has one, but I think he's indecisive. He's indecisive what he wants to do, so I need to twist his arm a bit and see what sort of a deal we can come to. I can also purchase another 400 that's almost ready to drop in. So I just need to sort out which direction we're going in, what I can get, and start ordering some parts ASAP to be able to actually commence rebuilding something. Got a little bit of a plan. I've been looking at some things inside. Make sure it cleared up in here before starting. Let me grab a torch. Right. So my one thought is down here. Just behind this bit of panel here is the shifter linkage. I realised when actually fitting this sort of cowl back on and running the shifter linkage through that we haven't got. I've altered the adjustment very slightly and I can't get to it from underneath. So I'm thinking I might cut a little bit of a hatch or a doorway into it. So a separate removable panel just on that sort of edge, so I can always get to the shifter linkage to adjust it. I do need to open up the hole a little bit more that the linkage goes through, because I don't like the fact that it's very close and probably adjusting the tension anyway. The other thing on the other side I've been looking at is the I'm trying to think of the word for it. Steering column. I've not been 100% convinced the power steering's been working, and I had a little bit of a play with that today, but the old battery in the car's gone a bit flat, so it keeps turning relays off, which it's never done before, so that's definitely not part of the fault. I think that's just due to the battery being a bit low and it's turning off the main relays. So I need to crack on and look at that. So what I'm trying to look at doing is making a bearing go sit in there, because we've got loads of movement in this, and it doesn't look like that excessive like this, but when the steering wheel's on, it's horrendous. You get quite a lot of movement. So I need to look at what to do, because I was hoping I could turn down a block of alley and make a slice in it so it can like drop round and drop in, but I've realised that this is a very awkward shape already, because I need to find out if I can take the shaft out of the power steering, then I might be able to make something a bit easier. But at the moment I'm a bit lost for ideas of how to make something that can go around this, because if I make something to go around this dimension, then we're still going to have movement, because he won't be the same as that splined end which runs all the way in to the back, you know, to sort of where this part is. So I need to work out what to do there really. So you can see in there how deep he is, and all of that flexes a lot. I'm just trying to push on my knee. Yeah, that all flexes a lot. and it's not going to be good. It's going to cause a problem somewhere at some point. So I want to try and get rid of it. Just need to work out the best way. Hopefully it won't mean I've got to cut the shaft off and mod him back on, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But yeah, need to think. Or yeah, I don't know if there's like a bearing I can get, you know, like a two-piece bearing that's like got like a split in it or something. I don't know. Or if I can just put something down, make a piece that's the exact outside dimension, slide him down, like with the shaft out, because that hole, this outside sort of tube, is the same all the way through. So if I had the power steering block off, like the whole unit out, because this whole lot slides out, I'd be able to put him on and then put him back in, grub screw it in there. I don't know, there's a few different ways to do this. I just need to think of the best possible one. So that's on the job list. So I probably carry on now, getting the front apart, get the car up on stands. Ow! And then we can carry on doing things. Got Kip with me, chilling, being a bit of a hot rod dog, or just a hot dog. Yeah, so don't know what else to talk about really, because ultimately nothing's changed from last time you saw the car. Need to wire in the cooling fan because I haven't done that yet. What? I know. Oof. It's a hard life working on hot rods, isn't it? So yeah, I need to wire in the cooling fan. Make a nice plug for him. So he comes with one on this end. The cables aren't that thick really for what this cooling fan is. So I'll make another clip for this red wire to go into him. I still need to put the temperature sensor in the actual fins. I haven't done that yet because obviously everything's going to come back out again, so it's been easier to wait and do that later. Down here you can see all the plugs I've made for the lights on both sides. So it means then it's literally just this one plug, because obviously he's normally clipped up there onto the front plate, the front sort of panel, that's the better word. So I can just pull that out, take a whole wing off, which is only going to be well, these 3 nuts, 1 down the side and then probably 3 along the back. So it's quite an easy job to take the wings off, and by doing that wiring that way it saves a lot of messing around on both sides. I'm not too happy with these, they don't look the neatest, so I need to give them a bit of a tidy up. They were a bit of a quick job. I've got a little, what else is this wire? The horn needs wiring, and then the real blue wire, the alternator wire, the white wires, cool wire. Yeah, there's still some things to purchase, still some things to do. We are closer. Hopefully at the end of this month we'll have some really good updates. I guess ultimately not a lot's going to happen in September because I'm off to Rhodes for 2 weeks, as long as I get the fires put out. Yeah, now you finally found your bed. Cool, right, now it is. Have a good month. Keep it easy, take it easy, and we'll have some updates towards the end of the month, hopefully. Cool. Sorry you haven't got to see much.